of the biggest challenges facing any beginner guitar student is developing a good sense of rhythm and understanding strumming and how to take those basic chord shapes that you've learned in open position and actually turn that into something that sounds like music. And the first step is going to be developing a strong sense of rhythm. And I would say that a strong sense of rhythm really is going to be the most important asset you could possibly have for any style of music. And many times the best players are not necessarily the flashiest players, but really the guys who are the most solid. And they just seem to play, everything they play just seems to have a perfect sense of time and rhythm. And so the first thing we really want to do is start with the 3 basic chords we'll be using throughout these exercises, and that's going to be a basic D major chord, a C add 9 chord, and a G chord in open position. And some of these exercises are going to be very, very basic, designed for people who have sort of just gotten into guitar playing and want to understand how to keep rhythm. And the first thing that you really need to do whenever you play any musical instrument is relax your muscles. That goes for every muscle in your body, really, but especially, of course, your arms and your fingers and your hands. Rhythm really is going to come from a point of relaxation. And if you tense up your muscles, everything will kind of sound stiff and uptight, so it won't really work very well. 4/4 time really refers to 4 beats per measure. It's the most common time signature. In fact, it's called common time. And of course, some songs can be slow and some songs can be fast, or anywhere in between. But most songs deal with 4 beats per measure. So if I were to just do basic strums, down strums with the pick, 4 strums per chord, so that's not too exciting, obviously, as a rhythm, but it is solid. So that's the first step. If you're having trouble with that, just keeping basic quarter notes, that would be the first step. And you could just do an exercise where you're just strumming 4 D chords, 4 C add 9 chords, and go ahead and strum 2 measures or 8 strums of the G chord. So it'll just sound like this. So just a simple development of solid rhythm with quarter notes, an important step for any beginner. And I want to mention also that I chose these 3 chords for the exercise because they have the 3rd finger in common. You can see that that doesn't move. Also, they're sort of MVPs of chords. You really seem to see this little progression in a lot of music where you have the D chord, the C add 9, and the G. And notice, of course, from the C add 9 to the G, the 3rd and 4th finger don't move. It's only your 2 strongest fingers, the 1st and 2nd, that move. Another reason why that's a popular chord progression. And so let's take a look at some 8th note strumming patterns next.
G chord, C chord, A minor, and D chord make up the song. I can leave my 1st and 2nd finger in place. My ring finger slides into the 2nd fret of the 3rd string.